We keep it on. We keep it poppin'.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Right Reality Podcast. My name is Mixie.
Hi, my name is Stephen, and welcome to the last two episodes of All-Star Shore this year. Episode 11, Who Do You Trust? And episode 12, The Final Showdown.
Amazing. They once again crushed this final episode. We had just the most ridiculous games to be connected to winning $150,000. I think more ridiculous than last year.
Probably agree. Agree. They're just fantastical all the way around. We watched it together as we do with the finales. And I just remember us being like, they're going to play quarters first? Of course they are.
Yep. And then they had to hook it because, of course.
The hook game. And then just to top it all off, rock, paper, scissors for $150,000. Three rounds. Amazing. And you get to tell the other person what you're going to do, which I like.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely wild.
An absolutely incredible final. We also had episode 11 prior to this, building up to this final. Lots happened in that as well. So we have a good amount of things to discuss. Let's get into it. We ended episode 10 with Marnie and Javi on the barge dock patio. And this is when I find out that Melinda has gone to the most exiles. And I love that. That made me very happy.
It just brought me a sense of joy and accomplishment that I had nothing to do with, but I felt like we all had something to do with. Even though we did not have anything to do with it, it brought me immense joy, and I loved every second of it.
It was great. And then seeing them come back and her being so dramatic as fuck about it just made me feel like she deserved it.
I mean, she deserved all of them.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
And I was happy to see her upset, to be honest with you. It was nice.
Yeah, because, sometimes in life you see people like that and they get away with shit. Mm-hmm. Like, nothing bad comes of, doing things like that. And then, like, All-Star Shore just, like, they give me hope sometimes that someone will get their comeuppance coming to them. You know what I mean? Yes,
I agree with you. Karma is All-Star Shore. And it's sweet, sweet revenge that we all love to watch.
It tastes almost as good as I'm sure Fabio's pancakes taste, if I'm being honest.
Fabio's famous pancakes. Now they are famous. Mm-hmm. So I can only assume that with this money, he is going to be opening a pancake shop.
I would go in a heartbeat.
I need to try Fabio's pancakes. Is there a secret, Fabio? Can you let us in on what's going on here? I will put up a video on the right reality of me recreating your pancakes if you can give me the recipe. So that we all can know it and experience it.
We need to know, like, the specific box mix that you use, too. Like, are you using, like, whatever one was at the Shore house? Do we need to use the same one? Or are we using the one that you use at your house? Because I imagine that might not be the pancake mixture we can get over here.
Yeah. Like, do I need to specialty order it? I will.
Yeah, well, like, we'll pay for the extra shipping. Maybe it's available on Amazon. I don't know if we have to go to a specialty store, but we'll do it. Like...
Yeah, we do know that there's a difference in butters. There's East Coast butter and West Coast butter because, obviously.
Because, of course, there is. Yeah, and I guess bakers are mad that Costco's butter was not good this year. Ugh, really, guys?
Is that seriously a thing?
Yeah, people are, like, losing their mind.
I've used the same recipe for 20 years, and you know what? My honey glazed biscuits didn't come out great for Thanksgiving.
Cool.
Were they edible? Go
tell that to the people in Ukraine right now. Jesus Christ. People like having a fit on Twitter.
Well, the my biscuits weren't that great this year.
Seriously?
Something Costco's butter was not the same butter that it's always been. And bakers and people who have nothing better to do with their time are just having a field day. Just like, I can't believe they would do this. Listen, as long as they don't change the price of the hot dog, they can do whatever the fuck they want, okay? Change that butter recipe. Who cares?
I agree with you. This could quite possibly be one of the dumbest things I've heard as an argument at all. Maybe they just aren't good at baking anymore. And why are we taking it out on Costco's butter? It's not fair to Costco's butter.
Maybe you made a mistake for the first time in 20 years. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it can't be anybody's fault anymore. It was somebody else's fault always.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't fuck up the recipe, Mom. It was the butter.
Yeah. And my dog ate the homework. Cool.
Oh, fuck. Let's get into the last Paradise game. This one was as random as the rest. We are throwing coconuts into a hammock until they collapse. And each team has a hammock. And once your hammock collapses, I'm doing great. Then you are out of the game.
Yeah.
And
everybody's competing at the same time, which is great. Yeah.
Yes. So there was a lot of strategy, I guess you could say.
Sure.
When people found out about this game, I there was one big glaring issue I had with this game. Why did no one go for Marnie and Guy? No one. Until the very end. They're in first.
Yeah, but I think they were going to be... So the points were doubled.
Yes. Sorry, you're right.
So really anybody could get in the final thing if they were at the bottom. So the number one goal was to get out Chase and Fabio. And that happened.
But why wasn't it also Marnie and Guy? It makes no sense to me.
I don't know. I think people saw Chase and Fabio as the bigger threat, and so they went there. And then there was other teams, like loading up. I think this went really quick to where the other teams weren't able to react in the moment there.
Yeah.
Obviously, the glaring issue is that this is not the challenge, and so the fact that we thought for a moment that these people would get the strategy right is honestly on me. It's on us.
You're right. That is on me as well. I take full responsibility. I brought it up. So I will take a step back and I will learn and grow from this situation. Because I'm an idiot, honestly, for thinking anything about this at all other than the fact that they're throwing coconuts. That's all I should be thinking about.
Yeah, they're throwing coconuts into a hammock and the hammock collapses. OSHA violations, I'm sure. And two, the fact that a strategy would be actually done correctly and play out and then that not happening is just peak All-Star Shore. Because this was like written for Spanky and Chantal to get through. And they couldn't even do that right.
Yeah, the failure on the lack of strategy so that Chantal and Spanky didn't make it. And Fabio and Chase still end up in the final because of this.
Out. They actually knocked their own friends out of the game because they didn't think well enough during this.
Yeah, I agree with you. It probably did go really fast and they didn't have a second to like process anything, but still they should have gone in with something. Chantal got pretty emotional before the game about why she wanted to win. I wanted this for her. At this point, once I saw that there was the wild lack of anything from anyone else to get them into this final, I was like, they're done. Even once we got to episode 12 and there was a possibility, I was like, not going to happen. I wanted it. Steve and I both wanted it. When Issa had the key, we were like, Chantal.
Listen,
no.
here's what I know. There's a few things I know and I don't know in this world. I know for a fact that everybody thought they had a strategy figured out until they saw our girl Tamaris try to throw a coconut. Her throwing technique
could use some work.
Girl, we love you. But that was not your finest work. And everyone, I'm sure, saw that and was like, what was that? Did some sort of wild beast from the woods just emerge and try to throw a coconut? No, it was just Tamaris. So I can see everyone getting thrown off by that.
Well, you have to take into consideration that while Tamaris was unable to throw the coconut, she was double cheeked up with a back shot reading the directions of the final game becoming this week's.
She's got 2 of them now.
Ass of the week. Ass of the week.
We love that for you, girl.
Oh my God.
The cameraman gave it to her, honestly. She was just standing there living, and the cameraman was like, oh, back shot? Oh, okay. Did I hear? Oh, did they say they wanted a back shot? Done.
Let me just zoom out a bit so I can enjoy my day here on the beach while I sweat my nuts off. Let me just stare at those cakes. Oh,
Cake by the ocean. And we love that.
good Lord of mercy. Yeah. I
Or
think
the
this
sea.
is the first time they let her read anything, too. I don't remember her reading anything so far this year. Maybe they did one other time.
They probably knew what her athleticism was with throwing the coconuts, and we're like, we got to start her off on a high.
Yeah, we got to give her at least ass of the week so that she doesn't look like just a pathetic display by one of the hottest women on television ever.
Ugh. You can't have it all. You can't have it all. This is what we've been saying.
That does show me that even though you might be one of the hottest people on the face of the earth, God doesn't bless you everywhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's
There's got to be a failure somewhere.
Do you need to ever throw something? Not going to be able to throw it where you need to. Sorry. At least you're hot and can manifest. So, you know what it was? She probably didn't manifest throwing the coconut in the moment. She probably
And that's
didn't.
on her.
That
She
really
needs
is.
to know what powers she has.
God, if she was just manifested throwing the coconuts in, they wouldn't have been in that position. Honestly.
Yep.
Honestly,
Come on, Tamaris.
they really wouldn't. Can I ask you a question, Mix, here?
Yeah.
How did you feel in the moment about seeing Chase throw an absolute temper tantrum and run away from the entire set, and it looked like he was going to just go throw himself into the sea or ocean that they were near?
I wish he had. He is a fucking toddler. And I'm so happy that he lost. Now, I'm pissed he got second at the end of all of this, but
Yeah.
I am so happy he lost because I just hate sore losers. And I get it with children. You don't really have the ability to separate your emotions, but like get it together. You can be competitive and not be a sore loser. And I don't like, it's just like, oh, I'm just competitive. No, you're a bitch.
I'm thinking about now watching episode 12 again and knowing that they were in the final showdown and knowing that Fabio
All of this
won
happened.
this show. Maybe Fabio won this show because Chantal and Spiker could not figure out, do not come in second. Like maybe Fabio got $125,000, $150,000 for literally them fucking the game up. Like,
It's a possibility.
send some money to one of them for fucking up and you getting here. Because what are the chances that they would have found the key? You know, who knows? Maybe not great.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
That key, they didn't really show her getting the key in episode 12, but I feel like they just were kind of like, Issa. You know?
Issa maybe saw where the GoPro was set up and was like, this is an odd location for a GoPro.
Yeah, that too.
Why is the drone just hovering over this same area the entire time?
Yeah, that's a possibility. Tamaris and Vinny get knocked out. Tamaris goes, I don't really care. We're fucking cute. Loved that.
True.
That's
That's one of those things you can do if you're just very cute and hot.
Yeah, you
Like-
don't need it. Dude, she posts a picture of her foot and she'd be fine. She'd make that money with one foot post.
Obviously.
This is nothing to her. So you said it while we were watching episode 12 when Vinny and Tamaris were sitting on the hammock together. You were like, Vinny won.
Yeah.
Tamaris won too. They beat the system. I mean, Blake and Gigi are having a child. All-Star Shore love lasts longer than anything else that I've really seen thus far. So I think that is the W.
We don't know if they saw each other after the show finished. I don't know. We haven't spoken to them about that. Who knows? Maybe this was like summer love on All-Star Shore. But yeah, Vinny won. I mean, honestly, that's probably better than the money at that point for him. And where he is in his life,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's probably worth more than the money. I'm going to be honest with you.
I agree with you. I mean, I don't know what Tamaris is financially. Maybe she needed the money or it would have been a big help for her, but Vinny didn't need that shit. Vinny does need a nice woman that will tie him down and make him stop acting the way he is because he's like, what, 38? 40?
I mean, shots fired at me too, but hey, that's fine.
I'm sorry, Stephen. Are you going out to bars until 3 a.m.? Are you a fucking Chippendale stripper?
No, I'm.
That's kind of what I'm getting at.
Okay, I got you. Not age specific.
Yes, but like at that age, you should probably not be doing the things that he's doing.
Sure.
But
yeah.
you're not doing those things, so it wasn't about you.
No.
I'd support you being a Chippendale stripper, though, if you wanted to do that. I would
Me
definitely.
and Chris Farley would put on a great show together. Just me and my boy Farley back in the day would do a great job with that. I want to imagine the production truck for a moment, Mixie.
Oh,
While this went down, them thinking, "Oh, we don't have Chase in the final at this point. This is great. Oh, we have a great story going," and then all of a sudden they fucked themselves, and then just production going, "What did we do? Like, how did this go so sideways?" And also, this is great for our show, but at the same time, they're probably crushed.
I mean, they teed it up for exactly what you were saying. They wanted Chantel and Spanky in that final.
I think they did, yeah.
But they didn't get it, and Fabio goes, "We lost, but we won," and was so confused.
They celebrated like they actually did something.
I know. Uh-huh.
They were like, "Yeah, we did it." I'm like, "You guys didn't do anything."
Yeah. Didn't do shit.
Yeah. Just, again, people celebrating in life when they didn't do anything. Great.
Yep.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
You learned nothing. Congratulations.
Chantel was so heartbroken. That was hard to watch. I was hard to see her like that. And then we got this, like, I don't know if they were trying to do some sort of like redemption arc with Chase, and they sent Chase in to talk to Chantel as she's watching the sunset or whatever.
So strange. Also, beautiful shot. Beautiful location. I would sit there every day. She said she sat there every night.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I come here all the time." And he's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Oh, that's right. You're in your bed all the time, so you would never see her out there by the time the sun goes down."
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. That was kind of strange. It's like, am I supposed to like him now? And now seeing that he got to the final, I think it's like, oh well, let's try to make him seem somewhat likable if he wins this thing.
Yeah, I think they couldn't hide throughout the whole like edit of the season. They couldn't hide how bad of a person he was, so they just only inserted the parts that we had to see, and then they forced him to be nice to try to build his character back up. I mean, that whole conversation, I feel like even Chantel was like looking around like, who sent your ass over here?
Who sent you? Who sent you over here?
And then Chase is like, "Oh yeah, I just want the title. I don't care about the money." Like, dude, fuck you. I know I keep bringing that up. It's just such a shitty thing to say to, especially to and around people that need that money.
I don't even want to comment on it. That's how much I hate it. It's such a like bro thing to say. Like, "Oh, I just want to be called a champion." I mean, Nelson does it. I want to be called a champion. I get it, but like, there's life-changing money involved for some of these people. Your set of circumstances, again, I'm talking about it instead of not talking about it. Let's just move on. I have a note here, Mixie, and I'm trying to see if you can remind me who may have said this.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because I love a good saying that goes wrong. And so someone said,
okay,
"I'm not the smartest tool in the toolbox."
Oh, Spanky?
Maybe. That seems like a Spanky thing to say.
Or it might have been whoever threw it might have been Marnie.
No, I think before this it says, "I'm not physically fit. I'm not the smartest tool in the toolbox." Issa?
Yeah, I was going to say Issa. Issa then. That is a great line. Whoever said it. Love that.
"I'm not physically fit, and I'm not the smartest tool in the toolbox."
That's like a Guy, Marnie, Issa. I don't know. No,
it's just excellent writing. Fit. If you were to like try to craft a line like in Dumb and Dumber 3, that would be a great line.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they should definitely do research from this show. There's so many quotes. There's so many things that have happened on the show that are just like, what the fuck?
That's great.
Amazing. So as we said, we are home. And we find out that everyone but the 4 finalists are going to exile. And this is where we're getting the same thing we got last year, where there's like one last hoorah to see if one more team can get into the final showdown. And I love that they do this. It makes me really happy. And what happens in episode 12 with who gets to come back is just perfection, and why they should do stuff like this on other shows where you just like grab somebody from the bottom and you're like, sure.
Great. You didn't get eliminated. Welcome along.
Yeah. I loved it. There was a lot that happened at this, abandoned castle situation?
Yeah, like some sort of fort or castle, yeah.
So what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about the finalists at the house and their feast that they had, and then we'll go into what is going on at the castle. Everybody leaves, and we now just have Marnie, Guy, Chase, and Fabio at the house. Marnie takes this opportunity to rub in Chase's face that she has more points than him, and we love that for you, Marnie. Thank you for doing it, and production, thank you for showing us this, because this is the shit that America wants to see. Everybody wants to see. They want to be like, yeah, go fuck yourself, Chase.
Chase, his emotions to not scream or like call her a name had to just be like bubbling over. Mm-hmm. Like his thought process of like, well, I'm an athlete. Look at me. And then she's just like, hey, I got more points than you.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure. Leave me alone.
Yeah. And of course, he just like slept or some boring shit. They did give them the big finalist feast that we have come to love. Absolutely hysterical. Did you notice the gender reveal cupcakes?
I did not, because I was looking at the fact that there was just way too many desserts on that table.
The whole thing was desserts, I feel like.
Just too many desserts.
I don't think that that's a saying that exists, is too many desserts, but maybe. If it's going to be like a feast, it should be a good array of different savory, sweet, salty,
something delicious, like a nice like entree appetizer situation.
Like a big lobster or something, and like steak, specifically one that's on one of those big bones that you love so much.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ. I was like, is that whole table just full of desserts? Is there any other food, or is the feast just desserts? I think the feast might have just been desserts, which might not be a good thing. I mean, you're just eating so much sugar, but I bet you there was a really good carrot cake there.
That doesn't exist. Good carrot cakes don't exist, because carrot cake shouldn't be a cake because it's a vegetable.
Well, it does exist, and in about a month from now, I'll be having one in Florida from Publix. Shout out Publix. If anybody's in the South and they understand how great Publix is as a supermarket, and they've probably had Publix chocolate chip cookies as well, and they understand how great some of the breads are from there, which also means their carrot cake is delightful. So shout out Publix.
Would you say that their carrot cake is delightful because a carrot cake should be in a bread category?
No, I would say it's delicious no matter what category it is.
Hold on. Just to clarify, what you just said was that they make great breads, and then the next sentence out of your mouth was that's probably why they make good carrot cake. And what I am saying is that you subconsciously just said what I've been fighting for, that carrot cake shouldn't be a cake and it should be a bread.
No, I'm just saying that they make good cookies, they make great bread, which also means they know how to bake. They're baking
carrot bread. Anyway,
they're baking goods, and they have great carrot cake.
Those great and carrot cake cannot be in a sentence together. That just is how the world is.
I just did it.
And no. So, okay. That's it for the finalists at the house. Everything else that I want to talk about is this exile situation. Situation
it was.
They end up at this abandoned castle situation, and there is a keg, and they need to find the keg tap. Why? Just because they needed to drink. There was no reason really for it, just something for them to do. I want to know how long it took them to do it, and I also want to know who on production pointed out the keg to Melinda to try to make people like Melinda a little bit.
I don't know who did it, but someone did it. Someone did it. Someone was just like, we did really hide this pretty well, and this is an entire ass fort.
Yeah, and we're with the bottom 4 teams.
Yeah.
So,
like, hey, maybe look where that cameraman has been standing since the start of this. I don't know. Allegedly. Who knows?
Allegedly. You're right. Allegedly.
She found it, however, and I mean, my memory's a little hazy there. I feel like they did a terrible job tapping the keg.
They did do a terrible job tapping the keg. A lot of them didn't know what a beer
That's right.
tap looked like.
That's true. That's true, which would have made it hard to find.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess that's what happens when all you get is bottle service and you don't go to like.
Yeah. I mean, that would be like if
party.
you said, hey, go find carrot bread. And I'm like, well, there's a carrot cake over here. And then I would have been
And
like,
I would
is
have
this
been like,
thing?
that's
Like,
not.
no, it's a different thing, you know?
Do you just want me to fucking frizz me my laptop off this desk?
No.
Because I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay, go do
I
it.
don't wanna. There's so many
Okay.
cords plugged in. Oh my god, you guys should see what's going on underneath me right now. Anyways,
Hey-o.
hey. Okay. Anyways, they then basically got them liquored up to watch videos of themselves talking shit about each other.
Exactly. There was like a countdown clock that was counting down. I was like, I bet you this countdown clock is going to be like a big letdown. It was not.
Oh, that's right. There was a countdown clock. I watched this a little while ago. I forgot about the countdown clock.
Yeah, there was a countdown clock, and I'm like, nah, this is going to be like a kind of a letdown. And then, no, it's like, oh, we're now going to show you all the clips of you talking shit. Now, we're going to show you the clips of you talking shit that we've already filmed,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll show everybody at home the ones of you talking shit at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And we got a really good shot of the iPad that we can just kind of like boop, 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 drop it in editing and make it look like it was there the whole time. Because it wasn't.
Yeah.
But great editing job. Continue to do the greatest editing jobs on television, these guys right here.
I agree with you. Yeah, the ones where they were like talking to each other in the house.
Yeah.
Definitely was shown on the iPad. All of the ITMs where they're all dressed up and looking nice, that's all was filmed at the end. And it's clarified because at the end of episode 12, they talk about Fabio winning in their final sit-downs. So we know that's when that was shot.
Yeah.
You showed your cards.
That's
but,
right. Most people aren't doing that. But because we're the number one, we obviously understand that.
We don't hate it.
No, we don't hate it. I hate it on the challenge right now, but I don't hate it over here.
Yeah, no, over here is fine. I get what production was trying to do here with this. I don't feel like it worked the way they wanted it to work. Nobody really seemed to give a fuck.
No, and I think that's the beauty of these people. Like, I don't think it was like anything that was not known to these people beforehand. Oh, I talk shit about everybody. I bet you they talk shit about me.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, they've called each other out on it anyways. They've been like, oh, Javi, you said all this shit. And like, yeah. And Javi's like, yeah.
Is Chantal supposed to be like, oh my God, Melinda talks shit about me? What a world. Oh my God. You said what about me? No way.
Well, like, Hati has been talking the most shit. She's going to people aren't going to like that.
Yeah.
She took it right on the chin. Absolutely no one had anything but love for Spanky, and that's why we love Spanky, because he's just a genius. I think he said something like, I just don't say it, or something. He's like, I think it, I just don't say it out loud like you motherfuckers. The one that really surprised me was Tamaris. Everybody was saying that they think that she'll take the money because of the show she was on before.
Yeah.
But I feel like, if anything, if Vinny and Tamaris had made it to the final and they were the final two, I could see, even if Vinny won, giving it to Tamaris more than I could see Tamaris taking it from Vinny.
I can see, well, considering we know how this played out now, I think you could say, hey, I'm 100% going to put a rock in there to make sure you put paper in there. You know?
Yes.
I think that was, the whole idea is like he would have just told her straight up, which would not have made for a great finale, by the way.
It wouldn't have. And maybe in the first round, Tamaris would have been like, he's lying to me, and then done something else. And then Vinny's like, I'm trying to give this to you.
I've told you exactly what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
Are you? Are you?
Yeah, it was interesting to me that the logic was because of the show she was on. I just don't, that does not seem like her personality at all. I thought that was very weird. But it is now time for for the very first time, have a game for you, Stephen, to play.
Oh my God. I don't even know what to do. What do I do with my hands?
Oh, I don't know. It's time to play our favorite game. Did they sleep at Exile?
Oh.
Stephen, I am going to give you every
No.
exile that's happened from the beginning of the show till now. There
Okay.
are 5 rounds, and you are going to tell me if you think allegedly they slept at Exile.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I think I understand the rules. Okay, I'm ready.
First exile, Melinda
No.
and Chase. Oh, okay.
Sorry. I got too excited. I'm sorry.
First, okay, let's try again.
Okay.
First exile, Melinda and Chase. Did they sleep at Exile?
No.
Okay. Second exile, Tamaris and Vinny. Did they sleep at Exile?
Copy and paste. No.
Correct. Moving on. Next exile, Issa and Hati. Did they sleep at Exile? Steven.
Control V. Copy paste. No.
Correct. We continue on.
I have a
Sean-
pen and paper for nothing. I have a
Sean-
notepad here for nothing.
Oh, you're just so good at this that you can just do it off the dome, and that's impressive. Next, Chantel and Spanky. Did they sleep at Exile? Steven?
The notepad says no.
Correct. Allegedly. Then we have Javi and Melinda. Did they sleep at Exile? Steven?
I really wanted them to. And maybe they were like, you do need to stay here tonight.
No chance.
I want that, but the answer is no.
Allegedly correct.
Hey!
And last but not least, everyone but Marnie, Guy, Chase, and Fabio. Did they sleep at Exile? Steven?
No.
Allegedly correct.
Hey! I did good.
You did a great job.
Oh, thanks.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Listen, if you guys are sleeping at Exile, give us some footage of it and we won't play this game anymore. And don't fake it because we can see right through that.
Yeah.
We love you.
I'm supposed to believe Vinny would be okay sleeping outside, like on the show.
Melinda?
Yeah, no. I get what you're doing. I get it. And I'm okay with it, honestly. But like, the number
just a
one's
fun
got to
game.
figure it out.
We have to play the game, you know? We have to play the game. And it's fun. We end episode 11 by finding out they are no longer in teams and we are solo dojo for the final Exile game that could result in 2 people going back and playing for the final showdown.
Yes, that's exactly what we learned. I was not sure how this was exactly going to play out, but it didn't really matter. It was just a nice little like cliffhanger, like, oh, what's going to happen? Oh, what's going to happen?
Well, that's classic also short. Nothing really matters. Nothing really truly makes sense. We just sit back and enjoy the show. And that is what we did together. We just finished watching episode 12, the final showdown.
It makes this very, like, it really hit me that, like, this was the last episode of All Still Shore we're going to have for fingers crossed this year.
Yeah.
Not forever, but for this year. Fingers crossed.
They can't take the show away from us. It's just not a possibility.
I don't trust anything with MTV. I don't trust them, you know.
That's
Unless
fair.
Rob Dyrdek has executive producer title in this, I don't trust him.
Rob Dyrdek on All Star Shore season 3? He would never do it. He doesn't need it. That guy's got to be just swimming in billions at this point.
Or so he wants you to think.
Yeah.
You know, listen, I love Robin Fantasy Factor and Robin Big,
Yep.
but I follow him on Twitter. I don't know why I haven't unfollowed him. I don't need to hear Rob Dyrdek's keys to success. He's always trying to like motivate me.
Oh, is he Gary Ving on Twitter?
He's Gary Ving hard
Oh,
on
no way.
social media, and I'm just like, Rob, you're
I
just
don't
so
like
not
that.
relatable. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you made all this money, and then you're like, you just got to be like hungry and hustle, and I'm just like,
Oh,
just stick to clip shows, my guy.
Steven,
please.
we didn't think about that.
Oh, we didn't hustle enough.
I wasn't hungry. I was I was almost full. So
Mm.
maybe that I came to the table with not much left in my stomach, so I wasn't
Yeah.
hungry.
You ate at home before you went to dinner. You like had a yeah.
Here I am, looking like an idiot. All right, I'm going to have to go check out Rob's Twitter now so that he can tell me when I can and cannot eat so that I can.
Should I pull up the last one just to see what the last motivation will, just to get us through this last episode?
I think so. Because we're happy, but we're also sad it's over. So I would like something to get me through this
Let's
last
see.
bit.
I am currently pulling up the latest one right here. This is from 4 days ago.
Oh, God.
Should I just play the audio?
Oh, he talks?
Oh, he talks, my dear. Oh, he
I
talks.
thought he was tweeting. Just words.
Okay. Oh, this is starting off real good. I can already see what the text is. Are you guys ready?
Come on, Rob Dyrdek, take us home.
We are conscious beings. And for me, when I think about what it means to be a conscious being, it is very simple. We have the ability to create.
Oh.
Our mind is consciousness, and our mind creates everything. We are
my
part
God.
of this beautiful system that is the universe, and every single thing else in this entire system, all of it, everything. Every plant, animal, sun, planet, solar system, galaxy,
Sun. There's
every
one
bit
sun.
of water on this planet, every tree, every single thing, every animal, everything plays a part in the entire ecosystem of managing the overall system that is the universe, except for us.
Oh.
We get to create.
Oh.
Consciousness allows us to create
Oh.
whatever
What?
we want.
Oh.
That is why it's so important that we stay in this continual state of creation.
Oh.
Okay. You know what that sounded like to me?
Tell me, because I have a very specific thing in my mind, too. Go for it.
I mean, I think he was telling us we can manifest.
Oh, I believe
I'm not out of that.
that is definitely, I think, maybe the point of that. That just reminded me of being at a club
Okay.
at like 1 a.m. and some
Yeah,
guy
okay.
took like a
There we
fuck
go.
ton of mushrooms or acid or
Yeah.
something, and I'm just standing at the bar waiting for my drink,
Hey.
and he's standing there like. He's got his drink in his hand. He's like, but what I'm so like, listen, the world has so many trees and
Yeah.
suns
Uh-huh.
and wait. No, it's got so many like clouds and shit. And like, but we're fucking here. And
Yeah.
that's our decision, bro. And like, all I'm saying is if you invest in my idea, we could go and like create billions of dollars. We just gotta like go for it, stay hungry, get after it. And then all of the trees and all of the birds, they're just gonna be there while we're here making our lives, man. And I'm like,
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah, can I just get my tab, please?
I just wanted my Sprite. I'm not even drinking anymore.
It just I thought I was like, where is he? I was expecting like a bigger outcome from what Rob said there. We didn't get it, but I was expecting like some sort of higher like thought. But you're right. It's
I
the
think
guy.
he is the higher thought because he's high, sounds high as fuck in that.
Hey, so like we're just like energy, right? Like everything here is just different forms of energy.
But we
so
get to
like
create, Steven.
the idea that like we are actually here is so astronomical. So like I can't believe it. Like the fact that I'm standing next to this beautiful girl at this bar right now is just like is incredible. So
Like our atoms, we're all made of atoms, and the fact
Yeah.
that my atoms and your atoms like created us, and then we're both here right
it's
now.
crazy, right? So like You want to fuck or what?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, there's girls listening to this right now who are like, a guy did that.
I think they
to me.
turned it off because they were like, this is too real.
They're like, whoa, flashbacks to big daddies at the bar, you know?
I feel that. I mean, Rob Dyrdek's wife is hot as shit, by the way. So he's doing something right. Maybe these shrooms are what did it for her. I don't know. But he sounds high off his ass with that.
It's just so funny because, again, the last thing we'll say about Rob, again, love Rob
We're
on
a
Rob
side
and Big
tangent.
and Fantasy Factory. Love it. But like the Rob Dyrdek I know now is this Rob Dyrdek on Twitter. This is the Rob Dyrdek I know. And they're two vastly different people.
Yeah.
Vastly different people. And that's what happens when you make a shit ton of money. Is you're like, well, I was just so smart and I've thought of all these things now that I have money and I don't have to worry about not having money and surviving day to day, that I can just say shit and people be like, well, that's what that guy said and he makes a lot of money. Again, love you, Rob, but like
all his videos should be like, I just ripped out Tosh.0 and I made it a little bit more digestible for regular people and not so raunchy so that more people would watch it. And here I am.
Here I am. I absolutely pulled the wool over MTV's eyes and outdid them. They thought they were getting a great business deal, but I outbusinessed them.
Mm-hmm.
They thought all of these things. I had a better idea. I outbusinessed them. I'm on top. Their network is now me. Suck my dick. That should be every video he puts out.
And I would follow him immediately if that's what
all
he
out
did.
here creating. We're just creating everything. We're just so creative and like just keep creating.
Yep.
Guys. It also sounds like
Awful.
a bad like hippie acting teacher who's just telling you to make content and put it out there in the world.
It's skateboarding Gary V. It's skateboard Gary V. And that's it. Yeah. Let's talk about episode 12 now that we've sufficiently ruined Rob Dyrdek. We come back. They have found out that they will not have teammates, and Issa is thrilled. I laughed. We both laughed so hard at how happy Issa was when she found out she didn't have to have Hati as a teammate. They aren't even pretending anymore.
I was just waiting for the hallelujah, 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 and then her just like dancing around, you know.
Well, it got better for us because we found out what this final game was.
God damn it.
And I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but we've made jokes about Edward 40 Hands, the two of us together, numerous times. And as soon as they say, we're going to tape bottles to your hands, Stephen and I are like, yes!
I was like, are they going to do 40 hands? This is great.
40 hands! This is the OG! We love taping fucking alcohol to our hands. That's the way to do it.
What a concept. I just wish they would have had to actually like drink one of them before they had to go find the key. Like you had to drink one entire bottle full before you could go find the key.
That would have been fun, like a Beerio Kart. You know the rules of Beerio Kart where you have to finish your beer by the time you cross over the line when you're playing Mario Kart. And it's up to you how you drink the beer. You just cannot drink and drive. So you can like stop at the beginning, chug an entire beer, drive the whole thing. You can drive a little bit, take a break, take a couple sips, get back in your car.
Never played this.
Oh, a blast. Highly suggest people.
And I could not want to do anything more today other than that.
Stephen, we'll have to do it sometime. Yeah, because my strategy was always drive the whole thing, pull over right next to the finish line, and chug it at the end, and then finish the race. So I think it would have been funny to apply that here, where they had to finish their 40s before they could pick up the key. So they could go find the key, stand there and chug it. They could chug it and then start looking for the key. They could chug one, stop, chug the other one. That would have been hilarious.
Great idea for next year. Write it down, guys.
We got you guys. But still, I can't thank you enough for putting 40 hands in All-Star Shore. It's the one thing I think that we've been missing. And then we saw quarters later, and both of us were like, they're not playing quarters. No way.
I'm at a loss constantly on this show that they
in the best way.
Do the best things constantly for our entertainment value. And honestly, I don't know how many times I said this while we were watching Mixie. I go, how are not more people watching this?
You did.
How are not more people watching this show? I think fucking MTV, again, in their infinite wisdom, has done just an absolutely piss poor way of advertising this show.
I agree.
They advertised the challenge, Battle for a New Champion. There's fucking billboards in Times Square. There's billboards in Los Angeles. I haven't seen fucking shit for this show.
Yep.
Just say, hey, we're giving away $150,000 by people playing fucking rock, paper, scissors, and quarters. And I'd be like, sign me up.
Yeah. You guys have all of these Exile games set up, all of the footage of that. You don't even have to spoil it by showing. Like, you can show the cast and then show some of the games they play, and that's it. Like, that's enough. And then, like, fucking the throwing shit. There's eggs flying. I mean, you guys, please let us help you.
You have enough drama. You sell these shows on drama.
It's perfect. It is perfect. But while they have their 40s taped to their hands, they have to go find a key, and basically what they tried to do last night in the timeline, which was get them all to hate each other, that didn't really work. They have to then, whoever finds the key has to give it to somebody else, unlock them, and then they can unlock whoever they want. They can unlock the person that found the key, or they could betray that person and unlock somebody else, and those two people are in the final.
Yes.
Issa found the key, and Stephen and I were so happy. We were elated.
Best possible scenario.
I truly, like, from an entertainment standpoint, Issa finding this key could not have been better. Again, we really wanted Chantel to get into that final. I feel like she needs the money the most out of everyone from what I've seen, maybe Guy. But she would really appreciate that money, so we really were rooting for Issa to go for Chantel. But they do go back to the house where the guys and Marnie are eating on floating trays in the pool. Okay. And they're talking about who they think could come back to be in it, and they make jokes about how funny it would be if Javi and Issa come back and are the ones that are in the Exile game. And you said it. You said, you were like, it's going to be Javi and Issa now.
Of course it was going to be.
Yeah.
Like, if you're writing the story and you can script it, that's what you would pick. You know, you're going to have maybe a team that you think is undefeated and unbeatable in Fabio and Chase. And then you get, like, the team that's been doing great all seasons, the top of the thing. And then you just get an absolute wild card at the end. That's what you want. That's like how you were going to tell the story if you could script this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do like how just before we saw them eat, Chase and Fabio were standing there talking to the camera, both shirts off, both flexing, I'm going to say.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, this is the gay porn version of the show that everybody's been dying for. These two are about to fuck.
It did give, like, morning porn vibes, for sure.
And then Marnie is there in the pool with Guy, and you're like, oh, man, she's going to get triple teamed, this girl right now. She's just going to get fucking railed by these three guys.
Well, this is when we find out what could possibly have been the biggest twist of the season. Marnie casually mentions that she had a baby 6 months ago.
6 months ago.
So many things we had to pause. 6
months ago. And to what? Here's what I'm going to say. Wes needs to come back on the challenge. All these ladies who have babies who are on the challenge, get back there.
Yeah.
Marnie did it 6 months ago, and she's out there drinking her fucking face
partying.
off.
Partying. Number one, looks great. Looks fantastic.
Unbelievable.
Slaying all over everybody. Doesn't fucking cry about it. We never see her being like, oh, she's a 6-month-old. If anybody has the grounds to cry about missing their child, it's her.
The Europeans are just built different. We like to think we're great here in the United States of America. We're not. But you can't watch All-Star Shore and be like, oh, Team Euro and Team South America are not better than us, because they are. In every aspect of this show, they have been.
I agree with you. I feel like potentially the Americans are a bit smarter, but outside of that, they outdrink us, they outfun us, they out-television us. All of the people from these other shows are just so much more entertaining than fucking Chase and Melinda.
Oh God! And we learned last week out pancake us.
Oh, they did out pancake us too.
Isn't that supposed to be an American food?
I agree with you. I thought
Sorry?
partying was an American thing, and they've clearly taken that from us as well.
We've been just fed a bunch of lies over years. I think that's what it is.
I think so.
That's what it is.
Issa is trying to select who she will give the key to.
I love this so much.
You said it, and as I was writing it down, I mean, production with this decision and this last twist, I liked what they did last year, but this fucking killed it in comparison. So much more of a build up, so much more of like potential. Steve and I are sitting there like, well, maybe she would do this, maybe this, maybe that. I do think that we both knew Javi was probably going to happen. I mean, they're from the same show.
They're from the same show, but then there's the storyline built in all year about they liked each other, then they hated each other, they didn't want to talk to each other, they got friendly again, and then they didn't like each other again. And now what's going to happen is he's going to turn on her. Like it was a great story build over the year for you to go, okay, even if she picks him, I'm not sure 100%. I think we both sat there and were like, maybe he doesn't do it.
Yeah, once he started his speech, though.
Yeah, and I like the cutoff of the edit where it's just we don't see the pick, they're coming back on the boat, and we just continue to build that really well done that you would not expect from what we've seen, where it's very kind of simple. Like that seemed like very bachelory, you know what I mean? Like whose shoes coming out first or something.
Yeah,
so well done,
amazing.
God damn it! And we were also like, can you imagine the final showdown if it's Issa and Javi versus
the whole time? We were just like it. And then Issa bends over and unlocks Javi with her mouth. Like that whole situation, hilarious.
Oh, I forgot the line that Issa said when she found the key.
Oh.
She said, quote,
"Never underestimate me and my mouth."
I never did, Issa.
Who did?
Not
Seriously? Not the number one.
Never.
Not the number one. We heard you night one, my girl. Okay?
Everybody heard you.
There. Never underestimating after hearing you there.
God love her. Oh, amazing. I did notice, and I mentioned this to you, when they are going and talking to everybody, because Javi has the key now, and Vinny's like, hey, Javi would make a good team. And like people are trying to get him to switch. Melinda's talking to him as well. And I'm like, her bottles don't have caps on them, and then they're both empty. So Melinda might have done what we were suggesting and drank the 40s that were tied to her hands. I want to know what happened there. Did she like rage dump them?
Maybe.
That seems more accurate.
Seems like she went over and just tried to beat somebody with it to the point the caps came off. She was like maybe hitting it on the rocks. Caps flew off.
It's potential for that.
If it's not in the rules, Mixie.
You're right. Javi unlocks Issa, and we get them coming back on the boat, and we now have our final 3 teams going into the final showdown. Before we go into it, they show us Vinny and Tamaris on the hammock, and they're talking about, you know, Tamaris lives in Miami, which you and I both were like, does she?
I don't know. You know what?
Maybe at the time.
I forget that when you're at the level of hotness that she is, these people live in multiple cities at the same time.
Yeah.
She probably lives in Miami and LA.
And New York.
Yeah, because hot people do that.
Yep.
Medium people and non-medium people, we live in one city, okay? We don't get the ability to go, oh, yeah, you know, let me put on my Instagram profile, MIA.LA, because, like, we can't do that. Mm-hmm. But if you're hot,
you can.
You do. I challenge you to find any Instagram profile out there with people who list multiple cities and they're not hot, because you can't find it.
It's not a possibility. No.
The limit does not exist, okay?
They decide that they are going to just see what happens, I guess, is sort of where it's left off, very open-ended.
What does that mean to you, Mixie?
To me, that means that Vinny wants to fuck when she's around, and that when she's not around, he could do whatever he wants.
Yeah, That's how I
And
read it.
Tamaris is a chill hottie and is just gonna be like, sure, whatever.
Whatever.
I probably have like 8 of you just like
Yeah.
in different cities. I don't care. That's fine. One more
Yeah.
to the roster.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I mean, do we think they're still together or hooking up? Or do you think that this has gone sour? Or did they ever even see each other since this has happened?
Oh my God. Tamaris, hi. Do you want to come on the show and tell us all this?
Oh, Tamaris, let's do a final recap with Tamaris. That would be
Oh,
amazing.
God, that would be great. Let's
You
make
can
that
bring
happen.
Vinny. If you're cool with Vinny, Vinny can come. If we're not cool with Vinny, then we got you, girl.
Yeah, and we'll do it we'll do it here in LA because we only have one city on our Instagram
That's where we
profiles.
live.
Yeah. We don't have two. I actually really want to continue. I'm going to see if she has multiple cities listed on her Instagram.
Yes, please do. I will continue. We are going into the Paradise Game. Now, this Paradise Game has 2 games in it. The first one is quarters, where the team has to bounce. Well, hilarious. They have to get 4 quarters in their shot glass. Whoever comes in last out of the 3 teams is eliminated. And then the second game is, I don't know if there's a specific term for this. It's like that hook game where there's like a little string. It's on a little circle, and you have to throw it and get it on the hook that's like across the way or whatever.
Yeah.
A classic bar game.
I do have an update.
Oh,
While she does not have it directly listed on her Instagram, it says, "Welcome to my world." And then there's a link to her website. And when you go to her website, what do I have? A little pin that says MIA/New York. Told you. No lies here at the number one.
well, then
No
she lives
fucking
in New
lies.
York then that's even more of a reason they should be dating at this point. I'm going to be upset if they're not, Tamaris. It's your choice, but
Maybe that's outdated, and she's like a LA girl too. But the pin is the great one. I forgot about the pin. Damn it. Yeah.
that's some good stuff. Yeah, the little pin emoji.
Also, it looks like she's on Cameo. I think it said.
Go get a cameo from our girl Tamaris. Tell her the
Yeah.
right reality sent you.
Oh my goodness! Did we get like a fee if that happens?
Oh yeah, we take that 5%. Yeah.
Yeah, take that 5%.
The first game starts quarters. Fabio and Chase are getting after it. Marnie and Guy are getting after it. And then they show us Issa and Javi. And they're just fucking hanging out.
Oh God!
Bounce it quarters real slow, watching it go. Oh, didn't get that one. Okay, let's try again. Bounce it. Steven and I are like, come on, guys. We want you to win this.
Try. Everybody else, boom, 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 boom. They're like, so, what time's your flight? Bang. What are you gonna do when you get home? Bing. Everybody else like, bah, 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 bah.
Amazing. Fucking incredible. And to our surprise, Issa and Javi get 0 quarters and are eliminated after game 1.
Damn
Darn
it.
it.
God damn it. How great would this have been?
So good. Imagine them in the rock, paper, scissors.
Like, what's her name last year?
Yes.
Just anybody.
Uh-huh. Which is why we love it. But how funny would Issa and Javi have been in that rock, paper, scissors?
She wouldn't have won a daily the entire time, and then she just wins the whole fucking show on rock, paper, scissors.
I love All Star Shore. We get to the ring toss, which, in my opinion, could quite possibly be one of the most intense moments of television I've watched in a long time. Not just All Star Shore, just generally speaking, in a long time. Steven and I were on the edge of our seats. We were screaming. We couldn't believe what we were watching.
My only thought at the end of this was 2 things, actually. One was sadness. One was sadness that they had got to the end, that they were
right there.
1 hook away from winning. And then they lose after losing like 6 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked like they changed their throwing strategy. So that is what it is. The second thought was, can you imagine for a moment, Mixie, the roles reversed?
Oh,
Chase would have ripped down that thing and chucked it into the sea/ocean behind him.
I fully agree with you.
He would not have come back later. He would not have dressed up for the final showdown.
Nope.
He would have said, "I'm just going to get my ticket. Get me out of here right now."
Mhm.
I believe that 100,000,000%. He would not have participated at the end if that's how he went out.
Wholeheartedly. And to be honest with you, I was thinking about that with the castle. If he was at that castle and somebody gave him that key to unlock, he would not have unlocked whoever it was, unless it was like Vinny or maybe Fabio.
Oh, yeah.
But like if Melinda found that key and gave it to Chase, I could totally have seen Chase being like, and going and getting whoever the fuck that he wanted to get.
That would have been great. Oh, man. Well, we can't have all the things we want.
We can't have everything, but this second half of this final Paradise Showdown, amazing. I mean, just watching it, we were on the edge of our seats. The different strategies that they had. Poor Marnie and Guy, man, they put all of their effort into this, and they just came up one short. They came back from the farthest possible comeback that they could have made. They made it and won.
At a certain point, we realized that like the tides were changing with it, and we're both just like, oh no, they're gonna do it. They're gonna run it all the way back. Oh no, and it was one of those things that, like the tracker of moving the thing, was brilliant because you couldn't edit around that, right? You could be like, oh, well, they got 3 quarters in, or this team didn't get any quarters in. We can edit around that. You can't really edit around where that thing was.
Yep, it was
because
visible
they
the
have
whole
to
time.
keep moving it, right? So I like that idea of having that on screen in terms of like a way to show there's no tomfoolery within this.
Yes.
But then just that, I think then you just start pressing, right? Then they were just trying to throw it too quick. And then once you get that motion down with that game, it's over. It was over. And I felt so bad for Guy in that moment. Marnie was like, I'll give this money away to Chantal. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. I got a 6-month-old, but
6-month-old.
I'm probably making great money on OnlyFans, so it doesn't really matter.
Does Chantal have an OnlyFans?
No. I meant Marnie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know, but
I don't think so. No, I don't think she's got one.
I think Marnie's husband's probably carrying the team.
He's probably doing pretty
Sounds
good.
like.
By the way, Tamaris, our girl Tamaris, does have a cameo. You can book a personalized video for $70 for Tamaris.
Oh, Tamaris, love that. It was an absolutely insane game, and it ended in what we did not want it to end in. We love Fabio, for the record. Just who he's connected to made us not want him to win. But
because
you know,
now there's a 50-50 chance that like one of the 2 worst options to win this game can win this game now.
Yes. And it was nail biting up until the end. We get back to the house. We are partying it up. It is about to be the final showdown. Final
showdown.
And we are on pins and needles. And if you remember last year, the game was like they had to lie to the person and like spin a table, right? They go up to this table, and I immediately said to Stephen, that table doesn't look like it spins.
That's what she said.
And so I was like, we're doing something new.
Yeah.
What is it going to be? My head is going a million miles trying to think of what it could be. And Vinny tells us what it is.
Where did you have that on your list of things that it could possibly be?
It wasn't on my list, which is the most all-star sure thing of it all.
It was, because if you think about it, we did quarters, the little ring toss game, and you'd go, what else is kind of in that? Rock, paper, scissors kind of in that. But we're sitting here going, they gave us carrot in a box last year. It's got to be something like that. Nope. Rock, paper, scissors. Oh, and you get to tell the other person what you're going to throw to try to bluff them out.
I thought I honestly was thinking that there was a case of beer under that dome and they would have to case race.
That would be a very interesting.
I mean, that's also sure
way of doing it. Yeah, you could get alcohol poisoning, but the $125,000 will help you go pay off your hospital bills.
But I mean, honestly, rock, paper, scissors is
Brilliant.
Probably better.
So good. And also like you telling them, and also you're not doing the 1, 2, 3 shoot. Like there's a physical rock that you're going to put in there, a thing of scissors, and then not just regular paper, toilet paper.
Of course, because it's also sure.
Yeah, you could have a little notepad like mine, some sticky notes. No, they went with toilet paper, which I don't think is like what anybody thinks of when they think of paper and rock, paper, scissors. but All Star Shore does.
I liked the way that they had the scissors like at this aggressive ass angle
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
It's just so good.
Oh, scissors right into that block of wood.
We get to the first one. Fabio takes the W.
Yeah.
We go to the second one. I will say, as much as I've been shitting on Chase this entire season and just his general life, he was honest.
Was he honest in all three of them?
Yes.
Interesting.
But
I
he
feel
kind of
like-
showed his cards. He was like, my dad taught me that the only thing you really have is your word.
See, I felt like that was a bit of an act, though. I feel like that was something. If there's anything we learned about him, he wants to win. So if he needs to say something to lie like that, I don't know his dad said that.
That's fair.
You know?
That's totally fair. I feel like he showed his
I was interested
cards.
to see if he was telling the truth the whole time. I couldn't figure that out as we were going. So thank you for that.
Yeah. So Fabio gets the first one. Chase gets the second one.
Whew.
And Fabio takes the win with round number 3. I mean,
Number 3.
we were so happy for him. Everybody seemed really genuinely happy for him. I don't remember what he said he was going to do with the money. Do you?
I think he said he was going to open up a pancake shop, right?
I think that's what we said.
Oh, that's what we said. Shit, sorry. Trying to manifest. See, it doesn't work when you're
No,
not
I
hot.
think that let's just put that out in the ether.
Ah!
He's opening a pancake shop.
Okay, here's the thing. I think if all of us, me and you,
Mhm.
and the hotties
Mhm.
who are obviously hot, we put
Yes.
our manifesting together, maybe,
Ooh.
just maybe, he could open up a pancake shop for us, and then we all have an All-Star Shore reunion.
Oh. At
There.
Fabio's Pancake House?
Oh my God.
It's famous pancakes?
Famous pancakes, and then like bring some like German cuisine there too, you know?
Yeah. That
Maybe
would be
some
great.
schnitzel, some sauerkraut with some bratwurst, you know?
I love that. That would be incredible. That sounds amazing. I want that for him.
Me too. I want it for all of us. I want it for the world.
The world needs Fabio's famous pancakes.
They do. They do.
They do their classic like ending. Everybody says their last little piece. Like we said, Tamaris and Vinny actually won, in our opinion. We see everybody, they're leaving. We get what I like to consider as the famous All-Star Shore shot of everybody leaving the house,
Yes.
popping bottles, dressed up, just happy to have had the experience.
With the slow-mo, high speed slow-mo shot
Obviously.
walking out.
Obviously
Disco Shark.
necessary.
Where does Disco Shark stay out of the season? When it's not All-Star Shore season, where does Disco Shark live? The answer should be it should live with me and Mixie. That's what
I
I was
agree.
basically trying to get at.
That
We could do-
honestly would be
we
great.
could
I'd put
do
it right here.
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
Oh,
Walter would love it.
Walter would freak out. He's always freaking out in his head. Yeah, I mean, that is true. Because Snooki said that the shark isn't like the trophy, but the shark should be the trophy. Honestly. It should stay with the winner until the next season starts.
Yeah, it's like the Stanley Cup. Like
Yeah.
you get to have like a month with it. You get to have a day with the Disco Shark and take it around the world and be like, "What's that?" They'd be like, "Oh my God, it's the Disco Shark from All-Star Shore." You know.
Yeah.
Where do you get one of those? Is that like hand fabricated?
I mean, I feel like we could make one.
I don't know about that.
Oh,
I don't
don't
think I'll
tempt
make
me.
one.
Maybe if there's a good off season, if we get a couple fucking weeks where we are doing this,
I don't think you're making it all.
I would make it. Just some foam.
Full size Disco Shark.
It's just foam and then covering it with mirror tiles.
Okay. The person who built the shark may or may not be listening. They're like, it's not as easy as you think.
I would love any tips. If you have an extra one, I'll just take that.
Yeah, is there a backup one in case the original one like takes a tumble, like in Scrubs, where there was a backup dog, stuffed dog. One of them was Rowdy and one of them was Steven.
You know what I wanted?
Anybody who knows that from Scrubs, shout out.
I want to make this a glory hole hallway
Oh my God.
and then hang the shark on it. That's what needs to happen. amazing show. I feel like it's about to be done. You know, we're seeing everybody slow-mo walk out, and I'm just thinking, damn, I really didn't get a good ass this week. In production, because I know you're listening, they're like, let me make sure that Mixie has ass. And the final scene where everybody says they're going to leave and they're going to miss it, right before the screen goes black, we have Javi giving us one last ass shake, becoming the final ass. And this week's
Ass of the week. Ass of the week.
I know you did it for us, and we greatly appreciate it. There's no reason for that clip have been in it at all, much less at the very end.
That's really, really true.
You don't have to tell me it was for me, and you don't tell me if it wasn't for me, because I will die on this hill that it was for me. It was for Stephen. It was for the hotties. It was for the number one. And we are so grateful that you guys love us and that we have All Star Shore, and we know it's coming back for season 3. We know it
God
in our
damn
hearts.
it. I hope so. I'm just looking down at my calendar right now. It says December 3rd, just as we were about to say that. I think it's written. I think it's written in the stars. You know what I mean?
I
it's
agree.
happening.
I think it has to happen.
It needs to be Gabo. It needs to be Chris Harrison. Can you imagine Chris Harrison like taking the role of Vinny there and being like, this will be the most dramatic rock, paper, scissors ever.
Oh, dude. Could we put Chris Harrison on the show, like, as a contestant?
I'm sweating thinking about this possibility.
Who are we thinking from Jersey Shore would come? My bet's on Sammy.
Sammy would be good. Just jump in. Make it Ron. Come on.
Oh, that's a
I
lot
know,
of liability.
like whatever at this point. Just do it. Just do it.
Sammy and Ron on the same season?
No. Oh.
They wouldn't sign up for it. I feel like they would both, or at least
Lee
Sammy would be
Angelino's
like,
back and put
nah.
them together.
That would be amazing. Oh,
Can
gosh.
you imagine that? Talk about ratings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ratings.
Uh-huh.
Pay them whatever it cost.
Yep. It'd be worth it.
Oh my God.
God, what a show would that be?
Oh my God.
And then who do we have? Who do we have? Like do we have the situation as the MC for the season?
Sure. Or here's the thing. I'm going to tell you right now because I know you're listening. With the money that you're going to have to spend to get both of them there, me and Mixie will volunteer our services to be your VO people for next year.
Oh,
Done.
We'll edit it ourselves too.
I don't know about that. I don't want to go that far. Okay.
Okay. It's on the table. We can discuss it.
No, I don't think I want to discuss it. We'll just do the voiceover. Okay. I don't need that. I don't think I could pull that off.
Whatever you need. I will help with the games, and honestly, I will just be your bitch for the 2 months that you would need us to be there.
Yeah.
I think it's 2 months, right? Maybe 3.
I don't care. It's whatever. I think she recorded that in one session, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, well, that's the end of All Star Shore.
Oh,
we
very sad,
appreciate
very
you guys
sad.
listening to us and going on this journey with us.
Yeah.
If and when All Star Shore comes back, we will be there with our shining faces, excited as fuck to see that disco shark again.
I'll be there.
Beautiful. What a beautiful way to end it. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for coming along on this journey with us. We will see you for the challenge soon. We love ya. Have a good one. Bye.
See ya. Bye.